Welcome to a new podcast where we're breaking through and breaking it down with a new girl. Your host, Dawn Piercy. Welcome to a new podcast. My name is Dawn Piercy and I am your host. Today I have a special guest. He is known as the Conspiracy Music Guru, also known as Flat Earth Man. Alex, how are you? And welcome to a new podcast.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's an honor. I'm fine. How are you?
I am doing great. Now, you have been a lifelong performer from what I've gathered. And now, for those that don't know, he's a music artist that was out of the UK. He's in Spain now. And he's a songwriter and a producer. And if you haven't seen his videos, you absolutely have to. I absolutely love your videos. And when I seen them, they're so entertaining. And I don't care if anybody believes the earth is round, flat, square. If you see his videos, he has a very compelling message indeed. Now, I have to say, I heard that you do all of your shows with that green screen you got right there behind you, your videos.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the very first video I did, I just shot it in the studio with my mobile phone, just a few different angles. And that was called Flat Earth Man, that song. And I released that. And that's how I got the label Flat Earth Man, because the song was called Flat Earth Man. People must have mistaken it for my name, Flat Earth Man. So the internet gave me that name, if you like. And that didn't involve any green screen. And once, the alternative community saw that video and loved it, I thought, right, I've got to do some more here, but I'm going to step it up a notch and get myself a green screen. And so I set the green screen up in the studio, and it just took up so much room. I mean, I'm only in a 4 meter by 7 meter space here. So what I decided to do was get rid of the green screen and paint the wall behind me green instead, and just perform in front of that, really. Okay. So it's just, I mean, green screens are fantastic. You can put whatever you like behind you. I can put myself in the International Space Station or on a satellite, or, it depends how creative your mindset is, really. But all I need is a green wall, a camera, which I use my iPhone, iMovie, some imagination, creativity, and of course this knowledge, which I believe I have about certain conspiracies. I've been into conspiracies for quite a while now, and that leads you into the daddy of conspiracies, which is flat Earth, and then of course you've got the moon landing hoaxes and all those kind of things. And as a musician, for me, I just wanted to put it into music and do something creative and try what I know, try and get it across. Because once you know this stuff, you want to tell the world. And because I'm a musician, I'm a creative guy. That's how I put it into some videos, and I just put them online, and people seem to love them.
Absolutely. Well, you're great at what you do. You're absolutely great at what you do. Now, how long have you been doing music as the Conspiracy Music Guru?
Oh, hold on. Can you repeat that again? Because you just broke up.
Oh, okay. I was wondering, how long have you been doing music as the Conspiracy Music Guru?
Oh, as the Conspiracy Music Guru, only 7 or 8 months now, okay. I think. I did my first song in, I think it was maybe July, August of 2017. Didn't think anything of it, really. I was just being creative. I wrote a song about meeting a guy who believes the earth is flat. And the story of the song is that I go away and research it and find out that he's not so crazy after all. So I did that song July 2017, about 7-8 months ago, something like that. And I just called it, what shall I call it? And it was just the first name that came to mind, Conspiracy Music Guru. I just put it out and didn't think anything of it. Didn't think that it would be so well received. So that name stuck. Once you put a name out there, you have to sort of roll with it, really. But I kind of like it because it is conspiracy music. Guru kind of means to teach. So I believe I am, I don't want to say teaching people, but I'm certainly making people question the mainstream narrative and getting them to think for themselves, just in musical form.
Absolutely, because before I seen your videos, I never gave it much thought. I know that Chad, which if anybody has not seen that or heard the interview, you've got to go listen to it at 100undergroundempire.com with Alex here. And it made me question everything that I believed in. Okay. And if you follow the Bible, you're gonna see that it mentions that the earth is flat. I think it was like 70 times.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and I never really gave it much thought because, in school, I remember when I heard that the earth was round, it made me think, well, how could it be round? But then, I never gave it any second thought after that. And then when I started watching your videos and I started talking to Chad, I was like, and it really made me question everything that I know. Now,
yeah.
can you tell our audience for you how you got in to the conspiracy area for you?
I had a studio in Braintree in Essex, which is about 20 miles northeast of London.
Hmm.
And I just used to create some stuff in there. And I used to have people come and go. And this young guy comes in and he starts talking about the 9/11 conspiracy. It was an inside job. And he shows me this video of the supposed plane
Right.
that's supposed to hit the Pentagon. And, that building should have, 100 cameras on it, but we only get 6 frames of this. It didn't even look like a plane. It looked more like a missile.
Hmm.
And he showed me that, and I started asking questions. Whoa, what the? So I started looking into the 9/11 conspiracy, and that was just a tipping point for me. And then I was just overwhelmed with all the information that you can find out there if you're willing to turn off the television and start to learn some
Yeah.
stuff yourself. So I went through the usual conspiracy steps: 9/11, the New World Order, the Illuminati, the chemtrails, the fluoridation of the water, blah, 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 blah. Goes on and on and on. And eventually you get to, the moon landing hoax. And once you can convince yourself that that is all an absolute load of nonsense, and then you go one step further down the rabbit hole and you get to flat Earth, and of course you think, well, that's ridiculous as well, until you start to look into it, and still you start to look into the space agencies, and you know how ridiculous. If you've poured through hours and hours of space footage, as I have, you will come to the conclusion they are indeed faking everything. So about 5 years ago, I started my conspiracy journey with the 9/11, and
Hmm.
eventually ended up where I am now at the questioning the globe. And yeah, it's been a hell of a journey.
Now, being a lifelong performer, what type of music were you into and performing before uh, Conspiracy Music Guru?
Well, I did the traditional, doing the gigs in the pubs, covering other people's songs, and just,
Hmm.
playing some Bob Marley's, just stuff that people recognize, so I could get the work. You can't really go into, well, where I'm from anyway, you can't really go into pubs and start doing original stuff because people don't know it. They can't tap their feet. They can't sing along.
Right.
So I was just doing cover versions of songs just to get me, that was my living.
Right.
Just strumming the guitar, or I was in a duo, or I've been in a few bands. I then started DJing and playing some R&B and hip hop in the club. So I've done DJing as well. I actually have a ringtone business as well, where I create ringtones, and that's how I make some money
Okay.
now as well. So I've done a bunch of different things and a bunch of different styles. I like to think I'm a bit of a chameleon. I can do different voices, as you've heard with Flat Earth Man. It's completely different to the voice that you're hearing now.
Right.
He's
Right.
kind of like I don't know where he's from. He's from like a Nashville or something like that. And
It's just that he's got this animated sort of voice and animated look about him. Some of my ringtones have got different voices. So I do different voices. I play different instruments, and I just try and lend my hand to anything, really, as long as it sparks some creativity in me. I'll do it. I'll try my hand at everything.
Very nice. Very nice. Now, who has been a great inspiration for you in doing all that you've done?
Oh, wow. Well, I think you go through different stages when it comes to inspiration. When I first picked up the guitar and found out a love for the electric guitar, I was listening to guys like Jimi Hendrix and Eric Clapton and Joe Satriani and Steve Vai, and these virtuosos and these incredibly talented guitarists. And then as I got older, I started to mellow a little bit more and like the acoustic stuff, the James Taylor and the Eva Cassidys and all those really nice acoustic stuff. And I I think, my inspirations change. I mean, as far as conspiracy, I've got different inspirations now. I've got particular channels that I subscribe to just to get the information, and I use, I guess, my past musical experience, my past inspirations to just collate that all together. And, if I want to play a bit of Jimi Hendrix or do something heavy on the guitar, I can, because that was an inspiration for me once upon a time. Or if I wanted to do something soulful or lighter with the acoustic guitar, I can do that. So I'm just sort of gathering all my inspirations now and putting it into the conspiracy stuff that I'm learning about now. But I've got tons of inspirational, I've got tons of people that I admire on the internet that give me this information,
Right. Absolutely. Do you have any more videos coming out soon that you got in the works?
Funny you should say that. I've just finished one.
Nice.
Well, I would say I've just finished one today, but I need to polish it off tomorrow. The single's out on iTunes now. It's called I Don't Want to Talk About NASA. And the video is quite comical, actually, as they all are. All my videos tend to have a bit of humor to them, because I think you've got to laugh about this stuff when you know it. I mean, it's quite overwhelming when you first start realizing that everybody's life is a lie and everybody's continually being lied to. So I do try and make it comical. And yeah, I've just finished a video today called I Don't Want to Talk About NASA. And it's kind of Flat Earth Man being really frustrated because every time he tries to talk to people about NASA, they just roll their eyes and shake their head and think you're crazy. And he ends up, going through the video, drinking in bars, getting drunk, and then he meets some more like-minded. It's an interesting concept. I can't wait to release it. But the video will be on Sunday on the Globebusters show. Those guys give me so much support over there. They showcase my videos. So this Sunday it will be out. But I'm working hard on it, and I'm a couple of hours away from finishing it. So that'll be my seventh song and seventh video. Yes, I'm excited about that.
That's awesome. For those that have a hard time with the flat Earth theory and the NASA and the satellite hoax, do you have a message for them that you'd like to say?
You have to gauge your audience really well. When you talk to people about this, you have to understand where they are in their mind. If they want to talk about the football or what was on TV last night, you're probably not going to really have I don't like having these normal conversations with about sports and soap operas and what was on the TV last night and all this nonsense, because I know it to be what it is. So I would say, if you're open-minded, if you don't believe we went to the moon, if you do believe that 9/11 was an inside job, if you do understand the chemtrails and things, if you know those things, give Flat Earth a chance. I thought it was ridiculous when I came. Of course, every Flat Earth researcher thinks it's ridiculous. Who believes in that nonsense? And I would not click on any video that had Flat Earth in the title, but I happened to click on one once, and the title of the video was "They Are Hiding God with the Biggest Lie Ever Told," which was very intriguing to me. And I clicked on it, and it was only I don't know how many minutes I was into the video, but I realized it was a flat earth. But everything was making sense to me. And at that point, I realized it had validity, it had merit. And it was just, I just wanted to research more and more and more. And that's what, you just got to take the time to research it. Don't ridicule it. We all did that. Well, you can ridicule it as long as you look into it afterwards. The famous quote, condemnation without investigation is the height of ignorance. So you can stand there and laugh at these flat earth researchers, but if you haven't looked in, how dare you laugh? How dare you? So go and look into it. If it's not you, it's not for you, not ready. Simple as that. But give it a chance, have a look at it, and then understand the lies. It will blow your mind. It will really open your mind. It will change you as a person. I can guarantee you that, because I speak from experience. It's changed the way I think. It's changed the way I look, my whole paradigm, the way I treat people, everything. And this is just because of this huge, huge conspiracy. And it's so much fun as well. It really is.
Now, you found God through conspiracy and through doing your research. For most people, it seems to be the other way around. Can you tell us how that worked for you?
Well, I think once your eyes are relatively open and you start to see all the lies from the space agencies, etc., that we have been lied, and this globe model is completely a satanic mind control system, if you like. They're hiding something. they're either hiding more land, or they're certainly hiding the fact that it's flat. And if it is flat, and if the Bible is correct and talks about, the firmament dome, and if that is all, if that's all correct, which I believe it to be, then there must be somebody who's created it. Are we in this massive petri dish?
Right.
Once you start realizing the lies, once you start realizing that the earth is flat and perhaps there is a dome above us, as it says biblically, once you start realizing that, well, then you've got to go, well, hold on, somebody created this. Your mind is open to so much more. And I used to be an atheist. I'm now a creationist. So that's how it changes you. That's one of the things that's changed for me. I don't subscribe to any particular religion, but I'm certainly not an atheist anymore. I certainly believe in creation, so absolutely it changes you. But so that's how it happened for me.
Okay. Now, do you, all right, I've got to ask this. The fake car in space. Okay. So Elon Musk supposedly launched this car into space, and he says it looks so fake it must be real. Now on the video clips you can see where they've got, it's still in this box. It's not in space. I've seen it, and it's just sitting there, and it looks so fake. I've got to know your opinion and your thoughts on this.
Well, I mean, as soon as we, the people in our community, as soon as we all saw it, we was just head in hands going, "Oh my God, people are actually buying this." It looks, because we could spot fake videos. Because we've been researching all of that for years. Some of us,
right.
So we can spot it a mile off. So when we saw that, it is so funny. I mean, David Weiss, who's quite a prominent flat earther, he called me up on Skype and he said, "I'm so pissed off. I'm so pissed." I said, "What's the matter?" He said, "I'm sitting in a bar and there's these bunch of people talking behind me, talking about the SpaceX launch and the car in space." And he turned around to these people and said, "You don't actually believe that, do you?" And they went, yeah, of course. He said, "Did you see the footage?" And they went, "No, we didn't see it. We just heard about it." He said, "So people only need to hear about this, not even see it for their own eyes, before they're convinced already." And he was so frustrated. He said, "The indoctrination is just crazy." But yeah, you're right. When you see that footage, oh my God, it's laughable. And there was a show done by Globebusters that was on a few weeks ago. They did a 3-hour show on that and just ripping that apart. So, analyzing the footage, looking at the earth that glitches out behind the car, studying the layers that were used in the video. They really pull it apart. So if you want to really understand how fake it is, go and watch that show on Globebusters. It's as fake can be. And yeah, Elon Musk saying, yeah, you can tell it's real because it looks so fake. I mean, what a ridiculous, paradoxical statement that is. That's like saying, well, I could tell it's hot because it looks so cold, or I can tell he's so tall because he looks so small.
Right.
It's so ridiculous. I mean, it's hilarious for us lot that know. It's amazing that so many people are swallowing it. So many people are buying it. Amazing.
Yeah. It definitely not only looks fake, but if you look at some of the videos, when it glitches, you can see all of the lights in the room around the car and them actually giving it that effect to make it look like it's in space. And I thought, I just busted out laughing. And yeah. So now for our guest, or not our guest, but our audience that wants to follow you, keep up with what you got going on and your latest videos, where can they follow you at?
The YouTube channel is called Conspiracy Music Guru, or just type that into YouTube, Conspiracy Music Guru. The website is conspiracymusicguru.com. And if you go into iTunes or Spotify or Amazon or all the other digital platforms and type in Conspiracy Music Guru, you'll find me. You'll find my stuff.
Well, I want to thank you for being a new guest. It has been great having you on a new podcast. And I wish you the best, and I can't wait to see your upcoming videos. This has been a new podcast.